the descendants of Vikings still live in Iceland. Once representative of pirates, today they delight tourists. They will even take you whale watching. Let's venture out on a whale safari with the descendants of Vikings. "63 degrees north latitude. Iceland is the world's northernmost country. It's a lonely island below the North Pole. Even the ocean is frozen here. The country is home to the descendants of warriors. They are Vikings. This is Viking Village. Even the entrance looks out of the ordinary. Inside it is dark. A huge Viking statue surprises you. Traces of Vikings linger here and there. And here we have a true Viking descendant. He has just woken up. He mumbles in an ancient language and puts on his clothes. He wears a steel top that weighs 44 pounds. Then he dons a lambskin vest and holds a shield, which nothing can penetrate. He is a Viking indeed. What a surprise! We soon learn this venue is a restaurant. Singers and stage actors, well-versed in Viking songs, serve people food and promote the Viking culture. Everyone becomes a Viking here. They wear paper helmets and yell. How did such a place come about?
Stories about Vikings. As you know, they were written here in Iceland, and if it is some country which we can call a Viking country.
In typical Viking form, the Vikings here serve the food with attitude. They point a knife around when explaining the menu. Every dish here was eaten by yesteryear's Vikings on boats. The most representative are preserved herrings and buttered pollock. How does it taste? Customers may be doubtful, but they can't let it show. After all, you should never upset a Viking. You just eat what they give you. The Vikings, however, are considerate of their guests and serve steak as the main course. Oh, that looks really good. While the people eat, the Viking descendants sing and perform. The spears and shields transform into instruments. The customers clap and stand up. Those who remain seated move their feet around, but not for long. The Vikings drag the customers forward, yelling something. They also pour liquor and tell them to drink. What's going on? The customer kisses the Viking and gulps down a shot of liquor. It is over 100 proof. You get down on your knees, drink this liquor, and swear to tell everyone about Vikings. The tourists think this oath is interesting. People who do this receive a certificate.
How to do it? Typical Icelandic, and of course, everybody know about.
We now head to Húsavík to go whale watching and become a real Viking. Wooden boats wait to take people on a whale safari. Many tourists come to see whales, but the weather doesn't seem too good today. Prepared folks begin putting on raincoats, even though it's not raining. What's going on? They say there's no such thing as being over-prepared, and they're off. About 120 people leave on 3 boats, but the excitement of leaving doesn't last long. It is such a shaky ride that you have to hold on to the rails. Water splashes in and the people get nervous. Will they enjoy watching whales amid the anxiety?
We are sailing here. We are moving quite fast.
Only a few people find this leisurely, and the rest are tired from being seasick. And what about the whales? Here they come!
Well, we have a minke whale.
As soon as they hear this, the people gather in the appropriate direction. But all they see are waves and no whales. They change directions, but still no whales. They repeat this several times. They're nearly exhausted by the first sighting. It looks like a pretty huge whale, but it disappears quickly. 2 more whales appear soon, and the people are impressed. The people can't wait to see one up close.
And going for a deep dive, this one, 1 o'clock.
The boat can't get close quickly because of the high waves. Still, they saw whales.
The baleen whales, like the minke whales. Oh, there's another one.
With time, the whales rise and the boat can't get closer. The people have waited for more than 4 hours.
Well,
They are exhausted from the cold. Oh, the whales are nearly killing them, but they can't give up.
We enjoyed the trip. It was good. A little bit cold, and the sea was a little bit choppy.
Oh, it's quite little because rough conditions make it hard to spot the whales and hard to follow them.
The Husavik Whale Center is a place for people to see whales. It is a specialized museum for whales. You can see the mammoth creatures near Iceland and learn about the history of whale catching. The bone exhibit is the most popular. Were that many whales caught in Iceland? Iceland used to be a main whale catching nation. Even after whale catching became prohibited by international law, folks here still caught them and drew heavy criticism. They tried to prohibit whale catching later, but the country was already known as a whale-killing nation. And then a savior appeared. It was Keiko of Free Willy. Keiko makes a great appearance in Free Willy. At first, the whale is trapped in an aquarium and can't adapt, but the boy frees Keiko. The movie's message is that people can significantly destroy or harm the environment. Keiko's home is Iceland. In 1998, Keiko returned home with the entire world watching. Like the movie, Keiko receives training to go back home. The process was told through several mediums, and Iceland became Keiko's country, a country that loves whales. Since then, the whale watching industry has grown quickly and in popularity.
In the last 3 weeks, a miracle has happened because Keiko has swum away. He is now living with a pot of orca.
The people gather again the next day for another challenge in hopes of seeing Keiko. They get on the boat hoping for better weather. They have a good feeling. They'll see some whales today. They set off hopeful. When the boats leave, the weather is nice. All they have to do is wait for whales. The waves are calm today. Will their trip be fruitful? Suddenly, a whale appears. And it's not just one. There are dozens. The tourists behold about 100, growing visibly excited. A bold one approaches the boat and shows off. Now that we've seen whales, we have no regrets. There is an abundance of whales in this area because the water has plenty of plankton. A lot of fish eat this plankton, so whales flock here. They are likely full and strong, and there's no denying they jump well. They're showing off a lot today and keep on jumping. It looks like they're training.
But we're gonna leave this big. Oh, they're jumping like that. They're jumping like that on 4 o'clock.
The people are excited to see whales and sing on the boat. But the fun doesn't stop here. A whale almost 20 feet long emerges. It seems to jump in rhythm to the singing. Talk about impressive.
Oh, the right side of the flippers and everything. That's so nice.
I saw a dolphin in a zoo and stuff like that, but never in nature. And it was very exciting.
Iceland is no longer a whale-killing nation. People here love whales. And because there are people dedicated to preserving Viking culture, Iceland is full of dynamic stories. A shining world of snow. Hokkaido is famous for snow. Exotic experiences here await. From skiing to a marriage on ice. If you're a fan of ice and cold weather, this is the place for you. Hokkaido is cold, but Abashiri is famous for its cold weather. Everything is frozen here. The helicopter barely takes off, and all you can see from the air is ice. A boat courageously moves through this frozen sea. Its goal is to cruise on ice. This drift ice is the symbol of Abashiri. Just why are so many people interested in it? Ice is formed in the Sea of Okhotsk and floats to Abashiri. It covers the ocean, as does ice in the North Pole. This is a site unique to the month of February. Still, there must be a reason so many people come to see it. Drift ice brings good luck?
いいと思います。わざわざこれを見に来たんですから。結構感動してます。もうすごくね、こんな風に見えると思わなかったんで。
Pleasures and unique experiences? Well, exactly what kind? After cruising through ice, travelers hop on this train. It looks ordinary enough, but people take pictures. Is something special inside? There is an old stove in the train on which dried fish is broiled. It's like a blast of the past. What's unique is that the fish are hanging from the ceiling. It is this area's tradition to hang and dry fish. People become nostalgic on this train. They are given a chance to taste the fish, which is a culinary bonus indeed. The terminal station of this nostalgic train is... It is a country of ice and snow. It is crowded with people who have come to enjoy the cold. All you can see are ice sculptures. The frozen works of art are pleasing to the eyes, but how cold does it have to be for them to stay that way? Well, it's 15 degrees.
その日はね、すごい吹雪で、すっごい寒い日でしたけども、良かったです。
People have come from afar to enjoy the cold. They most appreciate the ice slide. The children love it. Who cares if it's cold? The adults are happy to watch, and something else attracts the children's attention. It is a frozen fish. It looks alive, as if it would swim away if placed in the ocean. Why is it frozen like this?
お魚だよこれ。すごい天気が良くて子供連れで家族で来たんですごく嬉しいです。
There are more frozen fish. Adults become kids momentarily and throw rings at the frozen fish. They try very hard to get the rings around the fish. However, they miss every time. They even try to get the fish holding money, but they fail. Some people run with their tops off. They slide on the ice to get this flag. Why does everyone want this flag? It's because they want to enjoy the cold. Still, wearing clothes is highly advised. There is a red carpet in this white world. It's like a scene in a movie. The reason? A special occasion.
流氷アイスランド共和国というなんて言いますボランティアでお祭りさせるグループあるんですよ。
A once-in-a-lifetime event. It's a wedding. There's the bride in her wedding dress. Oh, but there isn't just one. There are two couples. Why do they want to get married here? It's an enigma if there ever was one.
彼がここの地元の大学を出てるんですよね。それでお友達とかお世話になった方が門別に多かったので、それで2人で応募しようと思って応募しました。
While the bride and groom get ready, the guests wait in the waiting room. There are bouquets, not to mention intimidating knives. What are they for?
ウェディングケーキを切るナイフで。
It seems different. It's a pretty unconventional wedding, but the groom is excited and the guests congratulate him just as they would at any other wedding. The groom-to-be fools around with his friends to relax. Young people think this is special, but what do the older people think?
式場でもってやるのとはちょっと違いますので、なんて言ったらいいのかしら、楽しみをいっぱいあります。
The wedding finally begins. The bride and groom walk down the red carpet. It's an unforgettable sight, one that the guests photograph endlessly. The bride and groom keep walking, tense. The carpet seems to be twice as long as the length of ordinary wedding halls. They hold each other tight so they don't slip. The guests applaud and the officiator begins. He doesn't seem to care that the bride and groom are cold. His message is long. And when he's done, they exchange rings. And kiss. How embarrassing. One onlooker is crying. It is the bride's mother. A special wedding in a world of snow and ice. When did people begin having weddings here?
これで伝統的にですね、この非常に寒いこの北の国アイスランドのステージでですね、ホワイト結婚式をやろうということで全国から公募して。
This wedding is part of a long-standing tradition here. These pictures are proof of that. They are given to the bride and groom. Today's couples receive an album after the ceremony. couples are impressed with their wedding and their eyes well up with tears. What follows makes them happy. It's time to cut a wedding cake made of ice. They use a huge knife with jagged edges, but it's not easy. The cake stands for unwavering love, the sort that can't be easily cut. May you be happy for a long time. The wedding is over. They are a married couple now. The guests toast the couple with ice mugs. Pretty ice mugs are filled with dark beer. They celebrate drinking it. It was a wedding on ice, and this is a natural part of it. People who don't dare to drink first watch other people do it. Even after hearing this, they hesitate before trying it. With everyone saying it's good, people start drinking it. This woman takes a couple sips and says, "How is it? Is it good?" After they have a drink, they take a picture. They yell, "Hooray!" and the family takes a picture together. The bride continues to cry. The groom feels bad and tries to comfort her. Everyone is curious about that. Couples that get married here get on a boat that the establishment has prepared. Of course, the guests get on too. Fireworks fill the sky and congratulate them. The bride and groom spend their first night on the boat. Mischievous guests look into their rooms and fool around. The groom is happy. The way this boat navigates through ice, this couple will begin journeying through a new shared life. The reception begins and delicious food and exciting music please the crowd. The treats abound and the guests are happy. So are the bride and groom. They wish the newlyweds luck, and the bride and groom swear to love each other passionately. They can overcome anything together.
これからもいろいろ困難があるかと思うんですけど、この船のガリンコ号のようにこう氷を割って可能性をどんどん見つけ出して2人で頑張っていこうと思います。
They like snow and ice. These people realize the meaning of life in a world of snow. With folks like this, it's no wonder the country of snow isn't unbearably cold. It's time to cast off outdated notions of what makes a house. A round structure that almost looks like a UFO. There is a shrine and a hanging board. It's a multi-residence home. There isn't a house like this anywhere else. Tulous have a history of 600 years. Shanghai is an international city. Pass Xiamen, and after 6 hours, you will reach a small city called Yongdingxian in Fujian province. What used to be a quiet rural village became China's greatest tourist spot because of this thing at the entrance. It's the huge round tulou. Tulou means house made of clay. This place is called Chengqilo. It has a diameter of 230 feet and is 60 feet high. It is the queen of all tulous here. There are 20,000 tulous, so tourists continue to visit.
那真正我们这边土楼很多啊，全永定县就2万多栋，2万多栋土楼，但是申报世界文化遗产的就上群上楼。这边是最大的土楼群，是高北土楼群，高北村的土楼群，最大的土楼群之一。
1,000 years ago, at the end of the Song Dynasty, the Han people took refuge south of the Yangtze River. They hid deep in the woods and built tulus with unique structures. The center houses a well and livestock. The next circle has rooms for guests. The third and fourth circles have rooms in which to study, and the fifth circle has rooms for meetings and trading. The buildings are higher on the outside to protect the livestock and the community area. In other words, the outer part acts like a defense wall.
东面代表阳极，西面代表阴极，那八卦有阴极跟阳极嘛，阴阳两极嘛，那八卦图啊，那中国的八卦就很神秘嘛，按八卦迷宫设计的。
There are 600 rooms altogether. Having a round structure wastes less space, and more rooms can be made in a small area.
这边每层啊就有72个房间。每层啊？这外环每层72间，4层就288间。
The rooms on the third and fourth floors are for sleeping. The rooms on the first floors are for cooking or eating together. So the first floor is always crowded with people who are cooking.
这是我厨房。
我家住在这边嘛，这我小儿子、小媳妇。
睡觉晚上吃饭在下面。
This woman doesn't care if there's a camera. She enjoys her meal. She is his wife. He seems worried when members of the production team say they thought she was his daughter.
这个姜氏，我是姜维辉啊。
The team asks how happy they are, and the wife shyly answers.
没事没事。
你谁吗？
邓春花。
介绍的，是介绍的。
别人介绍的吗？
Oh, but why is she glaring at him? She must not agree. What to do? We took off to the second floor where there isn't much activity. The rooms are called treasure storages and have locks. Is there something precious inside? We open the door and it is full of grains. Rice harvested last fall and all sorts of crops for emergency situations. This is a food storage area.
이거는 벽시 같은. 밭농사도 지으시고, 그러면 논농사도 지으신.
他就跟我嫂嫂隔壁。
우리 아까
跟我嫂嫂隔壁。
봤던 그 집 바로 옆집이라.
This room on the fourth floor belongs to the newlywed couple that was eating. There is a large TV, comfortable bed, and modern furniture. The view outside the window is great too. The windows on the third and fourth floors aren't just for the view. The windows have to be high enough for people to be able to see enemies coming from afar. The entire building is a huge defense wall. The outside wall is over 3 feet thick. It is made of clay, straw, and wooden bark for durability. It was built to be strong enough because there are frequent earthquakes in the area. It is the result of great wisdom.
재료가
防火的，防火的，火灾不会烧过去啊，那防火隔墙。
방호 거창.
방호 거창.
The outer wall wasn't enough, so they made thick walls to prevent fires inside. This huge house for 70 families was preserved well for 600 years, thanks to a well-planned structure and design. The tulou was a nice place for the Jiang family to live. The fifth circle is a place for mental support. The hanging board bears the names of Confucian scholars in the family since the Qing dynasty. This is the family shrine. Jiang Zemin was also from this tulou. It is a great family. The tulou was based on the 8 trigrams of divination. They have wells in the east and west for balanced energy and topography. Subterranean water is used for the well. An opening above collects rain. People here accept all the energy from the land and sky and make the most of limited resources. But 300 people have to live with 2 wells, and the inconveniences are plenty. The well is like a battleground in the morning. Fortunately, they have water supply facilities now, so it's more comfortable. The tulou is developing into a comfortable house. Having everything they need, the people don't want to leave. For them, the house is like a village. It isn't a relic of the past, it's their home. That is why tulous receive a lot of attention. The advantage of a tulou are the special family ties. Everyone is family, so there is no need for formalities among neighbors. You can eat with your relatives. Some children take their bowls and eat together. You can't separate the food. If one family cooks, the entire house has a party. They believe in sharing food with neighbors. People here have long observed the tradition of self-sufficiency, and there is a division of labor. Zhang Liang makes barley taffy. He has done this for 50 years. Huh? What's this? A passing third cousin takes a piece without saying a word. Well, they're all relatives, and this happens a lot. Zhang Liang doesn't really seem to mind. This delicious-looking barley taffy is complete.
3个月、4个月都不怕。
3년 4개월 그 정도. 그러니까 10년을 만들어서 지금 다 보관해 두신 거예요?
Accustomed to invasions, the locals developed a habit of storing food for a long time to ensure survival. Meat is usually dried instead of cooked. Zhang Kanbing is the meat seller. His family has sold meat for 3 generations. He makes delicious dried meat. The secret to the taste is clean air.
可以盖一下吗？这个？这个1天要卖完。1天要卖完。以前卖东西的时候也是1天要卖完吗？不是啊，你看什么东西啊？以前怎么煮点啥，烧点卖。卖完就完了。哎，卖完就完了。那个自己烧的。热天1天就卖完。
The tulou has been home to the Jiang family for a long time. But no matter how strong the home, 600 years is a long time. With cracks here and there, repairs are being made. Whether it's houses or nature, when people live there, things wear out. Damages increase with a rise in tourists.
这个不是旧破坏呀，这个就是，这个就是原来就那里的地啊。多少时间啊？有钱很快好。有钱就很快好，1个月当中就修理好。哦，懂。이게 원래 연례 방향.
They say it's repair work, but because of the unique structure, it's like a huge construction project.
我80多岁了，我懂的，他是强者我了。
从我懂的是它像这样子，不会倒掉，不会倒塌的。
Throughout time, the family expanded and more tulous were built to accommodate new family members. The third tulou they built here is rectangular. It is more than 200 years old. It was modeled after the palace and designed symmetrically, but it still features a layered structure to protect the community area. The house built from wisdom has become a sight that can't be seen anywhere else in the world. The U.S. Secretary of Defense once saw it on a satellite photo and visited it, mistaking it for a nuclear power plant.
这土楼人家就盼望能够在全中国创造一个更好的旅游点，来吸引更多的国外游客和专家到这边考察、验收，还有观光旅游。好，谢谢。
The most scientific, humane, and nature-friendly house, the tulou. It looks mysterious and beautiful because of the value of nature. The structure possesses the wisdom of life, which we often forget. The country of the hot sun, a tropical paradise and home to the samba and soccer, Brazil. It's also the world's greatest resort. Passion fills the air in Brazil. Discover its hidden charms. If you want to experience Brazil properly, head for the Amazon. The Amazon possesses the mysteries of nature. People engage in dangerous fishing to catch piranhas that only live in the Amazon. And there's a bonus. We'll go on a thrilling hunt for crocodiles at night. Let's head to the wonderful world of the Amazon. It takes 18 hours by plane to reach South America. Brazil is famous for the samba, coffee, and soccer. It is the 5th largest country in the world. The hot sun shines all year round, so the beaches are always crowded with people. One would assume that all the world's good-looking faces have gathered in Brazil. It's fun to people watch and take in the colorful bathing suits. Everyone wants to go to Brazil.
Gosto muito de carne, também churrasco.
Tutu, moda paulista.
Tudo é uma comida que veio do tempo dos escravos.
The water in Brazil has always been famous because the Amazon flows in Brazil. The Salvador Fish Market is the greatest freshwater fish market in Brazil. Fresh fish caught from the Amazon are sold here. There are all sorts of shapes and colors. They are sent here the moment they are caught. The majestic fish of the Amazon look beautiful even when they're dead. Needless to say, they're also very popular.
Ei, vai passar na linha direta, mano. Tchau daí. Nossa, tinha essa aqui, mano. É, de todo jeito, é cozido, assado, guisado.
All the fresh fish is sold in 10 minutes. You have to wait by the dock if you want to buy fresh fish from the Amazon.
Rio Negro, tá? Há 2 dias longe de Manaus, 2 dias de viagem.
Others are excited as well. They are those designated to transport the fish. This is a popular job here.
Surubim, Taparari.
Taparari?
Vai para as brancas.
Para quê?
There is a fish that is very popular here at the market. Have you heard of piranhas?
Calma, ninguém vai agora não, vai dar 7 horas, falta...
Achei bonitinho.
Tem um, minha avó. Como vender para outro já, para comer ele. Ah, é?
Just what kind of fish are they? We hop on a boat and head off to the Amazon. The world's greatest river, the Amazon. One side has yellow water and the other has black water. It possesses the mystery of nature and is a paradise for wildlife.
Aqui é um afluente do rio Solimões. Aqui tem jacaré, tem piranha, tem cobra.
You have to be diligent to catch a lot of fish. A lot of fishermen are out early. With the abundance of life here, if you cast a rod, you're sure to catch a fish. The varieties are vast. It's pretty fun to fish here.
Isso existe
Vitamina.
What did he catch? They're all piranhas. They look small and cute, but look at the sharp teeth.
Não, a irmã dele é uma piranha. A irmã dele.
We went in the direction the man pointed out. Piranhas only live in the Amazon, and its name means fish with teeth. They are carnivorous fish, so they use beef as bait.
Que carne é essa?
Coreana. A carne de coreana ela gosta. O ataque das piranhas? Fica mais na beira ele fica. Aí vai. Né? Aí chega perto.
Piranhas are frightening because of their teeth. Dangerous fishing is about to begin. We had high expectations, but the preparations are simple. Beef is put on a hook and a bamboo rod is cast. As soon as he casts the rod, he shakes it violently.
Bato na água, que é pra ela vir. A piranha vem com barulho.
Piranhas come when they hear noise. We did as we were told, and the piranhas continued to bite.
조심하세요. Mas pequenininho, não é piranha também.
This is a stubborn one. It won't let go of its food. But you can't remove the hook with your fingers. It might bite them all off.
Ela é avermelhada. Ela cresce até assim, essa daqui.
The production team gives it a try.
물렸어요.
He succeeds with one try. It's a big catch, but he's afraid of removing the hook. He gives up trying.
이상한 소리 내고 있어요. 저 이거 도저히 못 빼겠습니다. 이거 손 물릴 것 같아요. 이런 조그만 게 위험하다니까.
É por isso que às vezes ela ataca quando a pessoa tem algum golpe e tudo, porque quando você...
It's dangerous to catch piranhas, but once he gains the know-how, he has no problem filling a bag. Now that they're done catching the piranhas, they should taste them. The friendly man offers to cook the production team something special at his house. 3 generations live here. It is a family of 14. It is dinner time. With such a large family, dinner is had in 2 groups. The adults were eating first. This fish attracted their attention. It's piranha. Everyone had one. Piranhas are had at every meal.
Esse é galinha?
É frango. Olha como eles estão vivos. Pra matar, senão ela...
pra matar?
Senão ela morde a gente.
E que a gente...
These folks like piranhas more than rice. Let's see how they cook them. Remove the scales and make knife marks. The meat is so tough that you have to make knife marks for it to cook evenly. Add spices to the meat and fry it in oil. That's it. The dish becomes mouth-watering. These people wouldn't envy a king's meal. They fight to eat more, so they decide on 2 per person. They don't touch the other food. These people love piranhas. Just how good is it?
Come com a espinha aí, a espinha vai saindo pro outro lado.
Com certeza.
The production team is curious, and they take a fish each and try it. They love it and forget about filming.
너무 맛있어요 이거. 담백하고
After their delicious meal, the family watches television. The owner is holding something strange. What is it? It's a crocodile.
Pega aqui assim, pega no rabo.
Quase todo dia. É, quase todo dia. Ela mora em Manaus. Hã? Você sabe que a pessoa que não usa o feijão na mesa, que não come, é a pessoa se fraca, assim, sem ânimo.
It's a stuffed crocodile. So, how can they play with it like it's some sort of toy? The man wants to go crocodile hunting. He says it's more fun at night. It's quite dark. How will he hunt for crocodiles? He looks around holding a flashlight. What could he possibly see? Lights suddenly become visible. What are those red lights? Are they ghosts? They are crocodile eyes. The flashlight was used to find red eyes that shine. The man said Amazon crocodiles are gentle, so we tried to go closer.
caramba! 이거는 한순간이 긴장이기 때문에 되게 신기하고 약간 위험 같은 걸 느끼고 긴장을 해야 되니까.
The eyes shine red at night because special dyes reflect off the retina. These are freshwater crocodiles that are pretty small, between 3 to 9 feet. A crocodile is found staring at the flashlight. It's smaller than the one we just saw, so it's probably a baby. The courageous man grabs it. You have to hold the neck tight because it might bite you.
Quantos anos ele tem?
Se pegar, não tem perigo não. Pode pegar devagar, não bata não. Pega devagar.
The crocodile doesn't seem to resist and seems to be gentle.
Come em cima da água. Entendeu?
The people here don't eat the crocodiles or take them home. They just observe them up close. The last paradise on Earth where people and various intriguing forms of life coexist. The mystery of nature is preserved here. The passion of Brazil begins in the Amazon.